Hi everybody, welcome to Caketastic Cakes. It's Jen and I'm going to show you how to make this Air Jordan Nike cake with flat gum paste decorations. Now if you need any supplies or tools, the basic stuff I have listed in the description below with links, so it might be able to help you out, so check it out please. Okay, now I'm just going to show you real quick what I did with the cake. I just had a 6-inch tier cake that I dirty ice, stuck it in the fridge, and now I'm using black and white and blue icing and just plopping big old splats all over the sides and the top and just making kind of a mess of it. I didn't really have any grand plan for the cake itself. I just felt like mixing some of the colors that I used for the gum paste sneaker into it. And because of this whole COVID thing, I haven't been able to get any red food coloring because my shipment was delayed, so there's no red in this. It's just gonna be white and black and blue. So yes, we're working with what we got here. And I kind of felt like it came out a little dark, so I went back and added some more white on top of it just to kind of lighten it up a little bit, and then just, you know, smeared it in. You can see it came out a little better already, right? It's not quite so dark and, you know, depths of the universe. Now it's a little closer. All right, this white gum paste, I rolled it out pretty thin. I used a circle cutter and boom, there you go. It's going to be a baseball, in case you were wondering, because the person I made this cake for liked Air Jordans and baseball. So this gray that I had rolled out thin and I kind of made a club shape out of is going to become a baseball bat. So I'm using my paddles to kind of, you know, make it more even, more symmetrical. I'm using the back of my nails there to kind of pinch in and pull down to make more of a handle on the baseball bat. And I really, you know, my instincts were like, make a brown baseball bat, make it, you know, nice and long and thin. But the bats don't look like that anymore. They're all like gray and aluminum and weird and wrong. And yes, so I did the best I could. This isn't my best work right here. I'm sure you guys could do better. So, you know, here's your basics, you know, your baseline that you can follow here. I added some black onto the handle to make the grip. And I'm going to just put on my paper towel with a baseball and let it dry. I'll come back to it later. This red is going to be a Nike swoosh or swish. I forget which one it is. And I just made a template that I printed out on my printer from my computer, cut it out, laid it on my red, and made a mess of cutting it out. But the good thing is you can fix it. So I just shaped it back into a nice symmetrical, you know, even swoosh and just let it dry. That's the whole key to this thing, is let them dry. Now, since this client is an Air Jordan fan, I went ahead and printed out the little silhouette of Michael Jordan doing his, you know, famous leap for his slam dunk. And again, rolled out the black gum paste nice and thin, trimmed it out, put it aside. Okay, here's my sneaker. I didn't know which sneaker he necessarily preferred. I do know now that there are many generations of the Air Jordan. It is not the one that I grew up with. So I just picked one that I thought looked cool, and here we are with it. I printed it out once again. And the colors were blue and white and black and red and a little bit of orange. There are different styles and everything. This is just the one that I chose, so I'm just showing you what I did with it. I decided to go with white because most of the shoe is white. I added the blue rubber sole on the bottom. I just made a real thin strip of it. You can see I'm using my knife to make a mark. That would be the top of the sole, I guess, where it connects to the shoe, but there's no color. It's just white. I'm trimming out the rest of the blue part of the sneaker. Again, you can't tell because I don't have a color printer, but that's okay. You can just follow my guidance and believe me, because really, why would I lie, right? So anyway, I trimmed off the rest of the blue. It's the part that goes over the toe and then up where the laces are threaded through. Put it on my blue again, trimmed it out, and then once you get it all trimmed out, stick it on your shoe. Like, you know, if you decide to do something like this, a flat is so much easier of a way to go than making a 3D. So if you have to do it and you're not that good at doing shoes like I am, this is probably a better option. I took the black that goes around the ankle because the boy wanted a high top sneaker. So I took the black that was in the printout, trimmed it out, got some black gum paste, cut it out, laid it on top. Then I used my red. I'm just layering on top of layers here. Try to keep them real thin though, so you don't have, you know, big puffy parts sticking out. But anyway, so I trimmed out the red that was on the shoe and cut it out of some red, stick it on in place. Okay, this is the Nike swish that's on the sneaker. And it was kind of tricky because it's a bunch of different colors. It was red and orange and blue all together and in just little stripes. So all I did was I just took the first color at the end and traced it out and cut it. And you can see here little marks where there's differentiations in the shading. That's how I could tell where to make my cuts. So that's what I did. I just went back and forth between the three colors, trimmed out whatever I needed, lined them up on my little cutting board there, my cutting glass plate thing I use. And the blue I left long, so when I put it on the sneaker, I could trim off any extra. I just wouldn't come up short, which is what you want to avoid in situations like this. And once you get all your pieces put together, just stick them on with a little bit of water, and you will just see how wonderfully this all comes together. And I know I said I don't like making sneakers, and I really don't. I really don't like doing clothing that much. And I think the only thing I like less than clothing is probably vehicles. And it's kind of ironic because I'm going to have an ambulance cake coming out in the next week or so. Ugh, that one was a lot of work too, but I'll show you that one also. Anyway, once you get all your colors lined up, if you choose to do this one, of course, just use the back of your knife blade or the side of it. Make them all nice and tidy. Make it all come together. And there you go. See, it's not so bad after all. Look at that. Okay, this is the baseball bat that I said you guys will probably do a better job than me on. And I'm using my my food coloring marker to just put some words on it. I think I tried to write hit. It didn't really come out that well because there's writing all over them. I'm using my red marker to make little X's on the baseball just to kind of make it look more baseball-ish. I'm using my black food coloring marker to put the laces on because they were black. And now here is my attempt at the logo. It's like a basketball, so I drew kind of a basketball in the middle. It's got wings coming out on each side, almost like Wonder Woman's wings that come out, if you've done that logo yet. The word Air Jordan is written across the top in a little banner. And then I realized it looked kind of small, so I tried to make it bigger. It's not exactly my best work, but again, I was really surprised by this because there was no leaping Michael Jordan on it, or at least not on the sides. I'm used to like old school hair, But anyway, all right. So I had to put these decorations aside for a day, let them harden up, and now I'm just attaching lollipop sticks to the back of them. I use a piece of soft gum paste, a little bit of water, as you see. Stick it on the back, just kind of press down the sides. Don't press too hard. You can crack what you've made. This is experience talking. It will make you want to cry, okay? So be careful when you attach your lollipop sticks. The boy's turning 15, and I thought his cake looked a little boring, so I just made a couple little 15s. I rolled it out, some gum paste, really nice and thin. Got a little more of the red coloring in there, too. And so that's going to go on either side of the leaping Michael Jordan here. I decided to put him on a circle of white just to make him stand out more because the cake was kind of dark. Even though I didn't go deep galaxy, it's still pretty outer spacey. But yeah, once your decorations are hardened and everything, stick them in the cake. And yeah, there you go. You got yourself your Air Jordan Nike cake. So I hope this video helped you somewhat. Please like and subscribe because that helps me actually a lot. And as always, guys, thank you for watching Caketastic Cakes.